All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Vays. Come to you live this Wednesday morning as the markets are open. Bitcoin is bouncing to the upside, and we are going to go straight into the charts and take a look at what is going on. There will also be a private Q&A right after this stream. So those that are on the private Q&A list, please check your email for a link to enter this session. All right, let's go to the charts. All right, so here is the weekly chart. The week is almost halfway through, and we are bouncing rather nicely. And I'm liking the probability of closing this week as a green candle. There is not much else to say about the weekly chart other than I am slightly leaning bullish because I have more bullish factors here on a weekly scale than bearish factors. The bullish factors are we have broken the closing high. We have broken the swing high on a monthly level. We are now above two moving averages. Both of those moving averages are rising. Those are all the bullish factors. The MRI gave us a green star candle telling us we're in a bullish trend. Now, that doesn't necessarily lead to better prices. As you can see right here, we had a green star. And while we did go higher, we didn't get all that much higher before getting a red star telling me that now we could be in a bearish trend. The stars are not a default parameter of the MRI. A lot of people have been asking, this is the logic for the stars. If you have access to the MRI indicator, please watch the educational video that is in the same playlist of the videos you had in the past. I added it to the same playlist, so it's all there. You have access to it. I do have to teach another webinar on the MRI one of these days. So what are the bearish factors? Well, the bearish factors are that one of the moving averages being so the way I have it, this is the 7, this is the 20, and this is the 50. So the 20 period moving average is declining and the price is below that average. That is a bearish factor. Also, we have not yet broken the lucid SAR. That is also a bearish factor. So these are the factors that I'm looking at. There are, of course, other metrics, like, for example, the RSI, which I see as neutral, and the MACD, which I see as on the verge of flipping bullish while still being slightly favoring the bears. I don't like the CMF here. I don't like the decline in CMF. I would like to see that rise up. Million other metrics out there, but these are the ones that I am currently using. The daily chart is, of course, been the holy grail of this rise. We bounced right on an MRI buy. I anticipated a 1 to 4 day correction of the MRI sell, it being a doji candle with the high in price being the candle earlier, had all the perfect markers for a 1 to 4 candle correction with the Fibonacci stuff. If I put that at candle close, I was expecting it to go all the way down to that 38% Fibonacci line at approximately $35,000, $36,000. When the price of Bitcoin went higher the following day, caught me a little bit by surprise, but it did not change the fate of Bitcoin to have a 1 to 4 candle correction that bounced as perfectly textbook as possible off the 38% Fibonacci line, which was my metric. You can see it by the arrows that I was anticipating. The bounce right there off of 37,500. I've been talking about it the last few days. Now, as you can see, in addition to bouncing perfectly off of the 37,500, you bounced right off the MRI support line and on an MRI buy. Granted, it was the second consecutive MRI buy. Those that could have potentially entered the bullish trade off of the first MRI buy, clearly you should have had your stop loss hit somewhere around this red star candle. Hopefully it was near the top of the red star candle, not near the bottom of the red star candle. Either way, you had another opportunity to buy into the trade with the next MRI buy. And so far, this trade is clearly working out. I believe that the pullback has ended. I don't really know what the volume looks like. The volume looks fairly okay. The MACD is about to cross over, but I still like to see it above the 0 line. This is, of course, the 4-hour chart. The CMF is not looking good, so we need a little bit more upside to flip that to the green. The RSI is looking very good. Would have been nice to have it in the oversold condition, but it did not quite get there. And the funding rate has been favoring the bulls for quite a while on the 4-hour scale. I'm going to go back to the daily chart only to pull up that funding rate to see what is going on in the funding rate. And as you can see, if we zoom out, the funding rate has not really favored the bulls at any point, which makes me even more bullish off of this bounce early this morning off the $37,500. To me, this is a fairly low risk trade because I know exactly where my stop loss is. By the way, I did enter back into GBTC, and I am now 100% invested in the long trade, and I am holding this trade all the way through new all-time highs. This is it for me. Okay, I would have loved to enter it a little bit lower. I was looking to get in the mid 20,000s. I didn't get a chance. The fact that it was the weekend didn't allow me to take advantage of this breakout, but this pullback having taken place in the middle of the week has allowed me to enter back into GBTC right off of this bounce at $37,500. And I am now 100% long with zero leverage in my retirement fund with my entire account. Now, that is my risk assessment. That doesn't have to be your risk assessment, okay? So right now, if I throw on, say, a bullish trade anywhere in this candle, I don't really have to cherry pick. I mean, I got in nicely and a little bit lower, but let's say you didn't. The important part is, here's what I'm looking at. If the price of Bitcoin goes below the 38% Fibonacci line, I know I made a mistake on this trade. This is my risk. I can quantify my risk. My risk is 4% using the price of Bitcoin right now, the $39,000 price. My risk is 4% going down to $37,500. What's my reward? I have no idea. My reward is 100 Lampos. Like I have no idea. I cannot quantify my reward. I don't have a price target. It all depends where Bitcoin goes from here. Have no clue how long it's going to take. I can estimate. I can guess. I know there is going to be resistance at the next moving average, which is the 128-day moving average. However, as you can see, the 128-day moving average is now in the vicinity of the prior swing high. And you guys should have watched my videos long enough to know that I do not believe in double tops. I do not care for double tops. To me, a double top is a recipe for a breakout. And this particular double top will give me a nice cup and handle as well. So I will be even more bullish at the double top area at resistance of the moving average. Can we get rejected by the moving average? Yes. At that point, I would only be expecting a correction that's going to take me somewhere to the $39,000 level and not lower than that. I do not have a price target. I will set it as conservatively as possible, being the 200-day moving average, which will be fairly flat for a while. I am looking at this kind of area going on. Probably into the double top, then pulling back off the double top into a new 38% Fibonacci, followed by a nice fat breakout. That is my current plan. This plan can change in 15 minutes, okay? Those of you that don't understand the fact that a trading plan can change in 15 minutes, you should not be trading every single tick, every single ticket, every single tick, every single second of a market that is trading can alter your view on the future. This is why you have to be patient and only take on trades you are confident in. Otherwise, your entire trading career is going to be described by flip-flopping between long and short until you lose all of your money. Okay, now this is the 4-hour scale. Those of you that have the MRI indicator and saw this, because this happened a little while ago, and entered this trade have already done well. And you should certainly be at a no losing trade by setting a break-even stop loss, maybe even higher than that. And now we are all anticipating new swing highs, followed by eventual all-time highs. I'm still waiting for the GBTC premium to go above 0, which I believe is coming in the very near future. All right, gold futures, we're doing excellent this morning, on the verge of a breakout, and I don't exactly know what the hell happened this morning. In the last hour, was there a Fed statement? Did someone say something? This is not natural. Somebody said something. This was looking absolutely perfect, and whatever happened at 10 a.m. this morning, I mean, the 10 a.m. reversal is always real. Let me look at the stock market and look at the daily futures and see if they had anything at the 10 a.m. reversal. And clearly they did. This is why I used to trade the 10 a.m. reversal. There it is, 10 a.m. The high comes in at exactly 10 a.m. And here comes the reversal to new swing lows. I've taught many workshops where I've taught this strategy. This used to be my trading strategy for my day trading of S&P futures. It was trading the 10 a.m. reversals. They're not as easy as it sounds. There's obviously more to it than that. It's stressful. It's not easy. You're not going to make money every day. But I did well. But eventually, you know, I didn't want to do it anymore. 10 a.m. reversal is certainly real. It occurred here in the market and in gold. All right. Anything else before I go on to the private Q&A, which has been great, by the way. I've gotten some good questions. I like the fact that people are asking non-trading questions as well. This is where I get to talk some politics. I get to talk some health. And you can go ahead and check that out for those interested. Well, this is my calendar. Hey guys, I'm going to be updating you. Man, there's a reason why this has not yet gone on sale. Having a little bit of a issue with getting the conference up and running. But it's all going to get resolved this week, or I have to tell everyone that not to make plans for October in Dubai. We're trying to resolve it all. Yeah, so regulation on doing a conference in Dubai is tricky. The financial summit is good to go, not a conference, and it's not in Dubai, but it's in. But you do have to use the Dubai airport, so that is fully available. So check out the financial summit. Okay, so the private Q&A that's going to take place immediately following this stream is right here, products and services, Q&A. Those interested in the MRI indicator and want access to it can check that out on products and services MRI. The only people that complain about the MRI are people that don't use the MRI. I have probably a 99.9% satisfaction of people that have purchased access to it. I think I've only done like maybe one refund in my life on this thing. So when you see people complaining about it, clearly they do not use it. Everyone else has been happy. It'll also, I don't guarantee a refund, right? Like I don't really do refunds for it. Like it's a non-refund policy, but that's why there's only been one. There's also been no complaints. Yeah, you don't really get to refund education that you get, right? Like you don't get to go to your college and say, give me my money back. You didn't teach me the right stuff. I mean, yeah, you have to decide whether this is something you want to learn beforehand. And they're really like, there's no way I can refund you 750 and somehow get this knowledge out of your head. Like that's not how it works. There's movies about that stuff, but not in reality. All right, this is the other stuff. Okay, that's about it for me. I have the private Q&A starting in 10 minutes. I don't really care about Ethereum. I don't really want to look at it right now. The mempool is still fairly empty. So your transactions are pretty cheap. We're only 4 blocks back. Yeah, I like this bounce. I really do. I didn't even look at the 1 hour chart. Was there any indication on the 1 hour scale? Probably not. Let's see if there was an MRI buy here. There was. Beautiful. Look at that. The 1 hour MRI buy was also a great chance to time the 4 hour MRI buy. This happened at 6 a.m. New York time. And the 4 hour candle is the 4 a.m. New York time. So 2 hours into the 4 hour MRI buy, you had a 1 hour MRI buy, which is a beautiful combination of time frames and utilizing both time frames, the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So that turned out to be really, really good. The daily chart, once we get that, once you get that green star candle, which could come tomorrow, I'm very bullish here. I think it's time to challenge the $64,000 all-time high. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.